What's going on, family? It's your man BeatsbyLonza back in the building. I am your drum machine specialist and got a new video for you today. We're talking about the Akai Force. We're talking about the MPC 3.3 software operating system that's running on the Akai Force. So a lot of y'all are now seeing the videos of the Akai 3.0 software, and fortunately and unfortunately for some of y'all, us Akai Force users have already seen a little rendition of that software already. So we're familiar, so we'll be a little bit ahead of the curve. So if you are an MPC user and you do not have the Akai Force, that is something that you should consider, and you should look down in my affiliate link to Guitar Center where you can get up to 6% off on the Akai Force, and you know, run a little something back to my page. So again, BeatsbyLonza, enjoy this video, and I'll catch you next time when we do something else on my channel. Probably the drum machine of the week, or maybe something to do with possibly watch me fail on a piece of equipment. Alright, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it's your man BeatsbyLonza, and today we gonna get on a video with the Akai Force. Now, y'all been hearing a lot of hoopla and a lot of you've been hearing a lot about the new 3.0 software that Akai is coming out with. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to get back and show you all how the Force work and my workflow with the Force. So in today's video, I'm going to be using this complete 25 key keyboard to help with my plugins and to help with playing the keys on the plugins with that. And then the rest of the show is going to be the Akai Force. All right, so I would restart the Akai Force and start over from the beginning, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the startup screen. So in my startup screen right now, I have 2 instances of plugins and 2 drum tracks. And you'll see in the new 3.0 software, if you wanted to add a new track, you'd hit the plus sign and you'd see add track. So you have audio, drum, plugin, key group, and MIDI. So if I want to do another drum group, I'll just hit drum and it'll add another instance of drum. Now, in the new 3.0 software, you all know that you have the arranger view. And so here, when I click on the arranger view, voila, you see the arranger view. You have your loop. So I'm going to draw that all the way out to 60 bars. Actually, 109, because I know 109 is a complete song in the arranger. And I'm not ready for the arranger yet, because what I like to do in the Force is I like to do my clips, make all my clips, create my intro, my verse, my hook in its own row launch, and then whenever I get ready to record the arrangement, then I'll record directly into the arranger. So let's just go straight up to my drums. I've already picked a kit for this drums. So right here, I'm going to create another track, and then I'm going to hit load, and I'm going to find another kit to add. All right, so I had to step away for a quick second to change my my input. I like that. I like that groove they got on that kit. Well, anyway, and this is the way I work is a lot of times instead of going through the whole thing of adding tracks individually, I just like to go through and do the expansions and now, what I like about the 3.0 software, because this is the 3.3 software in the Akai Force. What I like about the Force is that you're able to expand the mixer out, and for each individual track, you can mix individually in the individual mix. If you shift mix, you can go into each individual track. And if you just want to mix the group as a whole, such as expansion group, you can also go to the mixer and, you know, cut it up and down, add effects, add sends, pan the volume in and out. Same thing you'll see in the new 3.0 software. All right, so let's get to making this beat. So what you want to do is go back to your matrix, because your matrix view is your home screen, and we're gonna make a beat. I don't know what kind of beat we're gonna make. We're gonna make a beat though. All right, so just that fast, we just made a 2-bar loop. Now what I'm gonna do is, in this 2-bar loop, I'm gonna edit this 2-bar loop, and I'm gonna make this 2-bar loop to go double. So I am going to find actually what I'm going to do is, let's see, shift, nope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a different portion of drums in the second part of the 2-bar loop. All right, so originally that first 8-bar loop is going to be my intro. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm just going to copy it to row 2, which is going to give me a duplicate launch row of what was on 1 will be on 2. So as you can see, that is there. And so, and if you click on launch, you'll be able to see your launches of what paths you have on the row 1 and what we have on row 2. Now, for ease of comfort, to know what you have on each row, I'll go ahead and delete these tracks that's already, I'll delete these tracks that are here that are not used in that row, because there's nothing on them. Now, what I'll also do is I'll add, while we're here, places. I'll go ahead and add my my beat tag. All right, so dun 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 dun. There we go. Very weird how it didn't show up in my search when I searched for what I typically search for. Shift, redo, menu, matrix. All right, so yeah, I just had to move that loop on that audio insert to 8 bar, so it it wouldn't come back around. But let's see. So that is 4 bars. Okay, let's see if I can. There you go. So I just made that 8 bars. Let's see if that's too long. All right, gotcha. So we got edit clip. We'll just make that 4 bars, and we'll make this 4 bars. All right, so now we'll go back to number 2. So clip. Dun, 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 grid. There we go. Alright, so in order for you to edit in this view, you have to go to grid view instead of clip view. So we're gonna go back to this one. All right. That's that best I ever had sound right there. All right. Alright, so I got my intro. Then I got my verse. Now my hook. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy again. So right here, you hold copy, launch. I'm going to copy it to the next row. And now I'm going to add my plugin. I'm going to add a plugin to it. Make an 8-bar loop. And then I'm going to find whatever plugin I'm going to add to that one. So right now, by default, it's hype. So so let's find I gotta find something that's gonna cut through. So let's go through, let's see. Jura. Don't have Jura because I gotta that's the one thing that I need Akai to fix, is that because I have 7 freaking MPCs and I can only have 3 instances of plugin on the MPC. Well, actually, I can only have 4 instances of the plugin on the MPC. I have 2 computers, and I can only have it on 2 devices at a time. So, if I want to use the X and the Force today, I'd have to take it off of the 61 and take it off the Live 2 or the Live 1 in order to use the plugin. So, they should give us an opportunity to have, based on how many freaking registrations you have in your InMusic account, you should be able to use as many as you have registered in your account. Now let me find the harp. I'm gonna leave that tail. So, all right, so check it. So now what we'll do is we'll go to Arranger, go to Arrange, and what we go back to Arrange, we're gonna hold down Record and gonna record to arrangement. So now what's gonna happen is when I launch this row, it's gonna record to the arranger. See it on the screen. All right, so that is 64 bars. So I'm gonna bring that loop back down to 64 bars. So I'm gonna do it about 68 bars so that that tail can go through. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Arranger. Now I believe you can go Shift and nope, you can't do that. So okay, let's see, Edit. I don't want to do that, so let's go back out of Edit. So let's go back to Close. It's been a minute since I've been in. It's been a minute since I did that. So yeah, so I believe you can just go back to song mode and export from Arranger from there. So, dun, 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 dun. Project, save. All right, so we're gonna go to save audio mix down. I'm gonna mix down it as a MP3, export it to my SD card. We're gonna name this Forced 324. And so it's a exporting arrangement. So that's the exporting the song mode for the Force. And that's my video, 19 minutes, and we have a video of the Akai Force and the 3.0. And shout out to my man Lifted Noise. He asked a question about whether the Akai Force operating system was the MPC, and it is called MPC 3.3. That's the version of the update that's in the Akai Force. So you're absolutely correct. So shout out to Lifted Noise on asking that question, because I thought the operating system was different for the Force, but I stand corrected. It is the MPC operating system, and it is. And speaking of saving, let me save. Yeah, it is the what I said. So peace out.